Hi, everybody. Welcome to the training camp wrap-up show presented by the UPMC Health Plan. I'm Missi Matthews with Craig Wolfley. The Steelers wrapping up day 11 of training camp practices here at St. Vincent College, and they ended with goal line woof. So we're going to go down to the field where Minkah Fitzpatrick is standing by. Minkah, we're glad to see you back with the team. I know today you did some team drills as well, so just take us through what you were able to do today.
Yeah, I did just about every team drill except for goal line and the short yardage. Coaches wanted to see some of the younger guys go in there and see what they could do in a high pressure situation. He said he's seen me do it before, and no, I'll get some more reps later on in camp. But right now, he wants to see some of the younger guys out there.
Mick, is there anything better than getting to the certain age and all of a sudden the coach says, yeah, I want to see the younger guys, so let the young guys do it. And you got somebody like Kendrick Green running an ISO. You go, yeah, get a stunt safety in there. Get somebody else, right?
Yeah, nah, man. I love the competition. I'm still at the age where I could go all day, but it's more about coach knowing what I can do and learning what everybody else could do. So, I always want to be out there competing, but Coach T has the final say.
Former Steelers Ryan Clark is here today. I saw you guys chatting it up a little bit during practice. How do you lean on a guy like that, and what were you guys talking about, if you can share with us?
Yeah, RC is always he's an open book, man. I love when he's around because he's giving just advice just off the whim, and any question that I ask him, he gives a detailed, thorough answer. And he's done this before. You know what I'm saying? He's in a very similar situation that I was in when he was 26. So he has a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge, and like I said, he's done it before. So I'm gonna ask as many questions as possible, and I'm appreciative of the time that he takes to come here.
Minkah, you got the view from the back end, and how do you look at this secondary as it's now developing? What's your view, and how is the communication aspect going with some new members there?
Yeah, it's still in development, man. I mean, I wasn't here for a whole week, so I wasn't able to, get the reps with the guys that I normally work with, and then KZ and Keanu are both down. I was looking forward to working with them a bunch, but it's the next man up mentality, and Kenny's been doing a great job, stepping up and making big plays and making big tackles and hits. So it's a work in progress. We're still working. But one of the main things we are working on is the communication aspect of our game, and just making sure we're all on the same page.
What has it been like having Patrick Peterson on the team and getting a chance to be in meetings with him, working with him on the field, and just seeing the knowledge that he's sharing with you and a lot of the younger guys as well?
Yeah, Pat's a great guy. I've known him for a while now. We're the same agent. I worked out with him my rookie year. He opened up his door to me when he was living in Arizona, and I trained with him for like a week. So just that says a whole lot about his character. That he was willing to open up his door to a rookie that he doesn't know, and just take me up under his wing. And that's kind of what he's been doing this whole time, taking younger guys, showing them the ropes, on and off the field. There's guys I've seen guys ask him questions about marriage, about relationships, about kids. You know what I'm saying? Because he's done it for a while, and having a guy like that on the team is definitely a blessing for sure.
Minkah, how excited are you now about this defense and the fact that with some of the newest members you got, I think it's a return to some of those magic Minkah moments. Those things where that ball finds you or you find the ball. You seemingly have such a mind in mind. You got a little Jedi there, and you get the ball. I think we're looking forward to that.
Yes, sir. I'm looking forward too, man. We got a lot of pieces out there that's going to cause chaos, cause havoc, and allow me to do what I do.
Minkah, is it a thing where you guys feel like the expectations are big for this defense, but you're willing because you know the hard work will continue? There's still the 3 preseason games, but week 1 it feels like it's just around the corner.
Yeah, I mean it is. It's only a few weeks away. Well, about a month actually, a month away from today. But there's still a lot of work to get done. There's a lot of new faces, a lot of moving parts, a lot of communication. A lot of stuff just to clear up. But I like where we're at. We're moving fast. We're playing physical. There's not a lot of hesitation in our game. So that's some of the key pieces to having a good defense.
All right, Minkah, last one for you. Who's somebody you want to see in the stadium going against another team on Friday?
Can you say that again? I'm sorry.
That's okay. Who do you want to see going against another team on Friday? Who's somebody that you're looking forward to seeing in the game?
Man, I want to see KG, 53, that fullback position for sure.
Okay.
And I want to see Darnell Washington on the fade ball in the red zone because he's been doing his thing the last few days.
All right, you heard it here first from Minkah Fitzpatrick. Minkah, thanks for your time. We appreciate it as always.
Of course, thank you.
Appreciate it, man. That's awesome.
And, speaking of Darnell Washington, it just seems that Mitch Trubisky loves going to him, especially during 7 shots. And we've just seen him come to life once the pads have gone on.
Well, there's no question about, look, there's such a wide catch radius with this young man. He's so large. I mean, watching him operate out in the field, for instance, you look between the hash marks, just roughly within or thereabouts on the outside, he's almost indefensible when he gets posted up. I mean, you almost got to foul the guy to defend him. He's got that big a catch radius, that ability to get upstairs on a ladder. And you take that to the red zone, think about it. I mean, everything is crammed in when you get down to the low red zone, and yet the only place that you can really start to work is the upper registers. And this guy comes through with it. We saw Zach Gentry as well. As far as the offseason basketball team, I think they're going to be good. But, as far as the tight ends, I love what I see in their ability to work the middle of the field and be able to complement Pat Fryermuth and the things that he can do, and, of course, excel in getting that chest around so the quarterback can read them numbers and go up with those big hands.
We let you keep count today for 7 shots, and the offense won 6-1.
Yes, that's right.
They ended the period today with goal line, and we'll get to that. But what stood out to you of why the offense was so dominant in that first one?
Well, the first 3, I think Kenny Pickett just went boom, 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 was tossing the ball in and rifling around. And I know that Ryan Clark was really honked off because he's like, what? You don't run the ball no more. And so he's running around yelling at the offense and getting the defense all fired up. And, it was great stuff because that's the way in Ryan's day, that's the way it was. There was a lot of fire in between the offense and defense of challenging each other. And I think he was just playing into that old-time aspect of it. And it really was interesting to see. And Kenny Pickett, he looked like he was very sharp.
All right, the pads were on, as we said. They ended with goal line today. Mike Tomlin setting it up, saying, all right, it's goal line. Let's get it. As we heard from Minkah, he did not participate in that. But going through, Kenny Pickett started through a touchdown to Connor Hayward. Jalen Warren ran it in, an incomplete to Pat Fryermuth, and then Najee Harris.
How about the fact that you got 5'3" lining up as a fullback, which, we've seen him at the H-back. We saw him as an inline tight end. Today we saw him as an offset fullback, and then I formation, and then a lead ISO, and he and Alandon Rams just had a collision. Man, that was a slobber knocker of a hit. I loved it. I could feel it all the way up on the hill. I felt it in my bones,
And
that was good stuff.
Alandon Roberts is one of those guys that has made it very clear once the pads went on that he likes to hit.
There's no question about it. That young man, let me tell you something. He could go head on with a Jeep, I think. He's got a lot of downhill bangs. So the two of them together was quite the moment.
All right, Mitch Trubisky also participating in goal line. Incomplete to Connor Hayward. Big Zach Gentry caught a touchdown, and then the best one, Connor Hayward throwing a touchdown to Pat Fryermuth to end it.
Set it all up with a couple of, jet motion sweeps, and Connor Hayward just sucking them all in and then drops one over the top and says, how about that one, boys? That was a beautiful job of making sure the defense comes to get you and then just dinking it over the top, getting a touchdown out of it. Pretty sweet.
I was asking Max about this during the first portion of practice when they were warming up. You have the 6 straight days, then you finally get an off day, and then it's game week. How did you feel the energy was down there, other than Ryan Clark, who was very vocal and, as you said, chirping at the offense the whole time?
Exactly. But, all you had to do was close your eyes and listen to the coaches. You listen to the coaches, you can tell, and the tone of their voices, the inflections, and the things that they are getting on the guys about in the details. It's game week, baby. And you know that they're up in the intensity, and they're trying to interject it to the young men because first time in the stadium is a big time for a lot of young bucks. I remember my first time, and it's something I remember to this day 43 years later. That's how important the first game is.
Where was it?
It was in the Giants, Meadowlands. Yeah, exactly. So my first play, I told them I whiffed on a trap. Absolutely whiffed on the thing. Matter of fact, I came back to the huddle. Mike Webster yelled at me, or was saying, did you get your man? And Larry Brown, who I whiffed on, actually, Bub was the right tackle. He goes, no, he missed me. I wasn't trying to hit you, boss. It was just one of them things.
And you'll always remember it.
Oh, you always remember it, especially the big whiffs.
All right, anything else to take away from practice today?
Just step one in getting ready for game week. You know, a lot of these guys, it's about the details now, and so they've got to pay attention, particularly to all the special teams now, because now you've got game situations that are coming up, and you've got to be on your P's and Q's. When they yell for the punt team, you better be there. If they yell for the kickoff, you better be there. If you're a third man in line on L3 on the kickoff team and they make a substitution, you better be aware of it, because that's what they're looking for, people that are ready to go and know their job descriptions and are on point.
And I can tell you're excited for game week.
Oh, you know it.
And it's just the preseason, but you're ready.
There's no question. And I go back to 43 years ago because we had no air conditioning, horsehair stuffed mattress, which you hear me say all the time. But our first place, we go to a hotel where you got air conditioning and great mattresses. So there you go.
All right. Well, thanks so much, everybody, for joining us here today on the wrap-up show presented by the UPMC Health Plan. Practice resumes tomorrow before the Steelers get ready to head to Tampa Bay. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.